Hi, my name is Roberto F. Ramos, and I am the creative director, and founder of the Ordermind, OniIrKi, or for short OIK, um, semiotic tradition, or we say system. It is a philosophical school of thought and um, mystery. We don't want to say mystery, but this is what they call some of these schools. This deals basically with reality. So, what I am going to teach today, so that it can go down in the course of the history of the books, is the fundamental first course teaching in the authenticity and ingenuity of the specific school and its coursework, and how it will teach on the classical elements that we know of. And when we think of the classical elements, what are some of the things that we think of when we think of classical elements? We think of things like fire, air, water, things of this nature. Well, it's not so to be the same for all traditions, all lineages, all religions. Some of these things, they all play different parts in the grand scheme of what we think of the classical elements. Some of them come from other things like alchemy. Some of them have been incorporated into many different thoughts. So in this specific school here in the Ordermind, we don't use any information or data that is past 2015. So most of the data is going to deal with new things that we have accomplished in the course of the history of the world for our species, like for example the Human Genome Project, things that deal with stuff like very modern wisdoms. So I have a very extensive background. I'm not just a person that can tell you these things that has no backgrounds or no certifications in anything or doesn't know anything at all. I have credos. I have a decade of college in different universities. I've had different mentors all my life. We are close to accomplishing 30 years of practices and knowledge and self-study into various world practices, religions, and thoughts of study. So for me, this isn't anything new. We have dealt in my past. I don't currently involve myself with anyone because I have decided to take on my own path and create my own school of thought after a decade of education based off of intelligence. So for my school, as we know now, for the Ordermind, OniIrKi, the OIK semiotic tradition, what we will incorporate are parallels. So in the Ordermind, we start off from the ground up, and the ground up deals with we have four different things that we deal with. The first one is going to be quantum physics in order. In quantum physics, it aligns itself with Earth. Okay. Organic chemistry, it aligns itself with water. Organic chemistry, it aligns itself with air, right? Uh, molecular biology, which sorry, let me go back. So quantum physics, organic chemistry, molecular biology, and then life, the life patterns, which are the 180 teachings within the Ordermind, which make up a 360-degree calendar that move around in a circle. Okay, so each one of them deals from earth, water, air, and fire. So it's quantum physics, organic chemistry, molecular biology, and then life. The life patterns deal with fire because in the Ordermind we look at things that are it's a whole, but it can be taken apart also. So you can see it as a whole put together, but it can also be used to count, right? Um, if we look at the entire thing as a whole, then it has both concepts. It has both currents of electricity running through it. It has all of the teachings in the course of the history of the world for our species currently tailored into it intact. It's kind of like I studied futurism at Michikaku, and certain futuristic I delved into futurism for a long time. I love studying. I'm an academic by nature, a scholar. When I was in university and college, I still am. It's still in my heart. I know my teachings, and what I wanted to create was something like a stage 5, stage 6 species, or stage society reaching out or finding in the universe, right, using technology, finding a lower primitive, exactly what has happened on this earth, right, which we can prove that happened on this earth, finding a lower species, or finding a species that is primitive, and giving them something simple, like giving them a piece of architecture, giving them a piece of knowledge, giving them, we can't say a flash drive because they might not have the same computers. We must giving them something that they could build or leap. We say leap in the Ordermind. We specifically use specific numbers. We use 110 million or 110 billion years. They can leap over light across the entire universe or galaxy, to receive the information so that they could begin to know how to farm, that they could master medicine, master science, master quantum physics, organic chemistry, molecular biology, and life, right? So life may deal with however else. But in the Ordermind specifically, the 180 teachings deal with, they start off with the first one is need. So in the first one, right, which we already said, 1 in the Ordermind deals with Earth. It starts off with Earth, and Earth only because it is the primary source, it is the matter, it is the very fundamental, in the old classical styles, they said the prima materia, or like the classical styles, this may not be the same for other traditions. So you have to rid your mind of anything Western or Eastern traditions, even of these other secret teachings that deal with some kind of secret masonries or some kind of secret Egyptian things, or I have practiced with some of these people, and this is completely new, and this is completely authentic and genuine. They may see the elements as different. Some people see the elements, before we go into it, some people may see the elements as things of having compromising only of 4 elements. Some of them see 5 elements, some of them see 6 elements, some of them see 7 elements, some of them see in the Ordermind, we want to say that there's 8 elements. We want to say that there's these specific numbers go coincide, and we're going to explain them. We want to say that there's 5 elements. We want to say that there's 4 elements. We want to say that those 8 make 16 elements, and then we add the underlying principle of the very final one, right? Sometimes instead of the Ordermind, we do add a 17th key element. So these are the things that we see. Why? Things will be explained later when the semiotic tradition comes out and the school actually opens. But for starters, we're going to start off with 4, because there's 4 classical. There's, and I'm going to show them 4 fingers. So there's earth, water, air, fire, air, water, earth. Now, in those specific ones in the Ordermind, we double them up. So there's 2, which make 8. So each one has a male version, each one has a female version, each one has we can say, we don't want to delve into dualism, we don't want to say one's good and one's bad, but in the Ordermind, we do align certain things. Some things are subjective ethics, some things are objective ethics. Mainly this deals with truth, so we give it the benefit of the doubt that it's exothermic and endothermic. One of them opens and one of them closes. So we align that with female and male. One of them is going to open and one of them is going to close. So in the Ordermind, the one that opens, which it starts off in the center, right? We say in the center it opens, right? When it opens, that is considered the female. Okay, because it's opening, it's giving life. The female is said inside of the Ordermind, just like quote unquote inside of science textbooks, that the female chromosome, the female DNA holds the chromosome to make the male. That in the future, advanced societies, far in the future, eventually there is a possibility or probability that males may go extinct and it will only be female. And the male can be extracted from the female only after a course of millions of years within that species. She always carries the male inside. So the male right? The male is contracting, right, to the center, right? Just like that, just like what I'm showing you. And the male is considered contracting, the male is considered honing in, the male is considered pushing together. So we say the female is the inner mother heart of the universe. Universe as in one person carrying the universe within them. The mother, that is the mother. The male is the outer father mind of the multiverse. They're a multiverse because when we look out into the world, there are other universes traveling around, talking to you, communicating, and they have their own universe inside of them. So they, between me and them, right, it deals with one person, two people, three people. It goes into this also into detail inside of the Ordermind, and we talk about interpersonal and interpersonal communication. So with this being said, we look at the mother as a universe and the father as the multiverse. So we go then into a different facet. I'm not going to go too deep into it. We're only talking about the classical elements. So we're going to align then. We know that there's 8. There's 2 earth, there's 2 water, there's 2 air, there's 2 fire, and then there's mother and there's father. Well, because the mother holds the father inside of it, and we're going to go with simple ideas like what we show in our human body. We have 10 fingers, we have 10 toes, 10 fingers. So we just use the number 10. Our body stretched out, right, is 5, right? But in universe, in multiverse, we'll say that there's another body too, which is another stretched out, either male or female. So that means it's 10. So 5 and 10 are specific information that has been granted to us by just looking around, something very simple. Even looking into our DNA, when we look into our DNA, the code that our DNA is coded in, it kind of goes like a helix. If you look at it and if you splice it in half, and if you look at it from far away from different dimensions, you're going to see a dodecahedron, which means it has 10 points. Now, we're not going to go too far into talking about static and fluid geometric shapes, because this deals with other things, again, that deal with endothermic and exothermic ideas, which are also already in the specific school. But we're going to say that first, number 1 is female. Number 1. So number 1 is left thumb in the teaching. Number 2 is right thumb. Number 2, it starts off with earth, right at the very bottom. Number 2 inside of the Ordermind, earth, right, female. So we say need. So this is need. It goes into other things. This is not just face value. This is the basic classical elements of what I'm showing you. So right thumb. Number 2 is female need. So it jumps from female. This one is still inherent here. That's why. So we can't say it's separate. We can't say it's alone. We can't say it just exists nowhere. It's the source of all things. We have to come from a source. When you look at what the source is, the divine source, if there was a god or some kind of a deity like these people say, or whatever it may be, it is channeled directly through the female because she holds male within her. So there's 2 first earth, second earth, 3 left hand, this finger right here. So 3 is male. Number 2 is need. So this specific number 2 here, number 1 is female, right? And we call female, we say question mark inside of the Ordermind. We say question mark because the female is the source of all things. It is whatever your vehicle, this body, whatever your vehicle has been granted to be able to perceive of root. It is root. And these are not teachings that you're going to find anywhere else. The root in some other culture or tradition may be demonic. The root, some people think that the root is some kind of demonic, some demon that lives deep in the depths of some kind of place that they call, I think they call it Sheol or something. I don't know, something like this. We're not going to go into it, but they believe a demon lives there and that in the root that this specific, we're not talking about those roots. Like I said, you cannot think about other religions. You cannot think about Western mystery tradition, Christian mystery tradition. You cannot think about these things or not. This is maybe pure science. So in the root, number 1 is the female. Number 1 we call the source. The source is the root. The root, it deals with the source of all things from all different places. It's opening, it's expanding, it's giving, right? So it's slow, builds geometric shapes. It's cold. The inside of the universe is cold, so it's cold, and it holds the key to the entire universe inside of it. So when we think of these things, then it should be endothermic. That one is endothermic. So we look at endothermic and we say, okay, well, this specific female in a dial, right, we say it's whole put together in an enclosed form. We say with the beginning, with the cosmology of the Ordermind, it goes counterclockwise. Everything goes counterclockwise, and it's static. It's not so much, or it's very slow. It's not fixed. It's static, and and it's not fluid. In other words, I shouldn't say fixed. It's static, and it is the fundamental precept of all things. Now, we say that she is whatever your body or your vehicle, or right, the body of the vessel can comprehend or hold. So we are not built in a manner in which we can experience the entirety of the whole, because it's vast, immense, all that we carry inside of us, but we can gain glimpses of and I've said this many times only because I've died a few times, and I'm still here and still alive, and we can receive glimpses of the whole with our vehicle, but we are not capable to experience the whole in prolonged sessions. And the more better that you can experience these glimpses of the whole, then you could begin to, at that point, to realize that what is there is something that is, if you are able to hold it long enough, to be able to experience the whole long enough in these glimpses, then at that point you are able to become what in the past they called these adepts, or these enlightened people. The more longer that you're able to experience this whole, but when you die, you return to that root. So that specific root that's there is not something that nobody can attain to. You're going to attain to it eventually. When you lose the body, you're going to make another form, and it's I call it, quote unquote, in my talks, experiencing everything everywhere all at once, just like the movie. So the people who are inept, people who know about these mystery traditions, and people who know about some of these things, some of them are capable to receive prolonged visitations while in this body with that specific root, and that's why I believe that it deems them this specific type of characteristic. Other than that, when you die, you will eventually return to that root. Okay, so you'll continue to go on, you live forever. So the first one, so we say 1, 2 is need, right? It's going to be need, female, the needs, right? We think of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And the third one, which is female, the second one is going to be male, which is this finger here, and it's gonna ricochet back and forth. We can use the finger, so it's 1, 2, 3, right? 3 is going to be reciprocity, and reciprocity is a communication channel. But when we think of quantum physics and qubits and things that deal with holograms and things that deal with reciprocity, is very specific. It's the way that things are communicating with each other. So 3 is reciprocity. That's still earth. These are the 2 earth. 2, 3, 4 is going to enter into water. So when we enter into water, 4, we say 4 is going to be curiosity. And curiosity is very big. I didn't choose these specific names for this specific, I mean, I did, but I didn't put them in this order. I let numbers put them in this order, so this is the universe building this for you. I didn't say, oh, I'm going to put them in this order. I just put the numbers there, and this is what came out of it, and this is what it is today. Did I create it? Of course I did. So 4 is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. This finger here, the pointer finger, right? 4, it deals with curiosity. Curiosity has delved us into the most experience. It has caused us experience. It has given us the plethora of the whole in order to be able to experience variety. And to go into deep dark places where we thought might be scary, they might be good. When we thought of going into deep good places and we thought them to be good, they might have been bad. So this also deals with experience hand in hand. And now we're going to go into 5. So 5 is a very specific. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 is the female of Z. Yeah, 5 is the female of no, 5 is the male of the water. So 5 is the male of the water, and it's more structuring. It's more. We're gonna see in the Ordermind, it deals with oxygen. It deals with things of this nature. And number 5 deals with what was it? Ethics. So within the Ordermind, we deal heavily with whatever's going on in this culture. That deals with this stuff deals with things that deal with cultural traps. So when we think of cultural traps, we're going to think of 5 cultural traps. So cultural traps within the Ordermind mean that compared to other traditions, we have figured out that that we are just one species. That it is because we are alive that it's okay to be different. It's okay to be weird. It's okay to have different schools. It's okay to, the thing that I believe in doesn't have to be the thing that you believe in, right? It's not harming anyone. The thing that they believe in doesn't have anything to do with them, and that's okay. But it's not unified. The people in the environment here have tried to tell us that it's a unification of thoughts, like what we think of root, but it's not. The unification of thoughts does not deal with system. It deals with something that's primordial and inapt, and something that's root that we glimpse in and glimpse out of. This specific type of thing deals with humanitarian ethics, of goodness, of righteousness, of fair. And when we talk about fair in the Ordermind, we talk about something called FAIR. And I can't remember truly right now what we think of this fair, but I do remember it is an acronym, and the last thing I believe is respect. It deals with something, respect. And we have it, I have it written, it's in there, it's in the actual name, but we deal with these things, we deal with ethics because the entirety of the Ordermind, without ethics, we cannot exist. The exact same thing that's happening in our environment now will happen without ethics. And sometimes I just think that people need to take an ethics course, right? And so we deal with cultural traps, and cultural traps deals with we perpetuate the diversity, the exaltation of the diversity of our species inside of the Ordermind. We perpetuate the peace and balance and harmony of our species. We perpetuate the happiness and the hopes and the goodness of our species. We perpetuate all quantum physics, organic chemistry, and molecular biology, and science, and intelligence factors, and the perpetuation of our species' intelligent factors and wisdoms to be above all else. Anything that we could do, we perpetuate medicine, we perpetuate science, we perpetuate. And if you're not a person that perpetuates or uplifts the whole diversity and the plethora of your species, then you are not the future. You are committing a disservice. I believe that you're committing a disservice to your species, to humanity. You're just a nothing. You're not another racist person or another whatever. We don't deal with cultural traps. There's 5 cultural traps. I have them on my site. I can't tell you off the top of my chest what they are. I know them to be something like, if you cannot think that you are going to be the only one. It's okay to not be the only one. You can't go into another culture and negate another culture because they have their own rules. You have to respect other cultures. You have to respect other people. You can't. Some of them are like this. So cultural traps are like this. So in the Ordermind, we have a specific thing, and we call it. It goes hand in hand with something we call soluso et OIK, and within that specific constraint, we deal with current issues that are going on currently with racism. This is how we protect ourselves and do things with racism inside of the Ordermind. This specific group is a group of peace. Okay, so 5 is a humanitarian ethics of goodness, of righteousness, and that's the water. So you move into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We move into 6, and 6 is going to be caution. And there's 2 forms of caution. There's an internal caution. We say that there's a caution also within the realm of water, and which is a more one of them is interpersonal, one of them is interpersonal, one of them is more egocentric. And the one inside of water is more egocentric, and the one inside of air, that is a real big one right off the bat. It's 6, right? It comes out as sociocentric. So sociocentric caution. Caution doesn't really mean like, caution is kind of like a yield. Caution is like a slow down. Caution is like take your time. Caution is things like this. It leads into something else called flow. It leads into, so it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad thing. This is the female, the male counterpart of number 7. Number 7, right, deals with no, wait, wrong. It's number 7 is humanitarian ethics of goodness and fairness. Number 5 is medicine. So yes, so number 5 is medicine. Sorry, I got them confused only because of another link up, but they are linked up, those 2. So yes, so number 5 is medicine. Medicine is all kinds of forms of medicine. Native American people. This is back to 5 oxygen, right? Or right, it goes. Number 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, this one, and we say number 5 goes like this, right? And we say it is medicine. So there's all forms of medicine, all different kinds of medicine. There's all different kinds of medicine. Number 7, we'll go back to number 7. So in number 7, we are dealing with humanitarian ethics of goodness and fairness. So that's number 7. And number 7 is very peculiar inside of the Ordermind. Number 7 deals with carbon, and number 7 is extremely unique inside of the Ordermind. We can say that it aligns itself to 1, and we can say that it aligns itself to 5 because of other factors that are inside of the Ordermind that do, and they all align themselves also to other things like this, of this nature. So then we jump to number 8, right? We're in fire now. So number 8, right? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? And number 8 begins to deal with humanitarian ethics of life. Humanitarian ethics of life is a major one. It deals with how we deal with quality of life and what in our environment, and how people that have, we want to say not the status quo, we want to say what is the word that we say? The tip of the tongue. Not the status quo, but there's a term for it, but people who have more, people who have less, basically the quality of life and what we think of living and what we think of death, and everybody has a different thought of living and death. So we think of the quality of life when we think of number 8. There's other things that revolve around it. Number 8 and number 9 is also fire. Number 9 deals with, number 9 is going to deal with number 9. So number 9 is not just one thing. Number 9 inside of the Ordermind deals with phosphorus. And number 9 is, it's a very unique number inside of the Ordermind only because of this 3-dimensional structure. Number 9 is also 9, and it's also the complete circle. There's more to come in number 9, the secret instead of the Ordermind that deals with number 9. And then number 10, we deal with father, and we deal with either 9 and 10, they always go hand in hand. Number 10 and number 9, they also deal with safety, which is the beginning of the end, which is at the end of life. We want to be safe. We want to be safe in making that, how do we say, whatever it is that you believe in that's going to happen to you, that connects you to root, that liberates you, that is causes you to teleportation, that causes you to disintegrate happily, safely. The main concern at the end of life is safety. That is the end, at the end of the transformation, before it's pushed back directly into the amniotic fluid within the concepts inside of the Ordermind that deal with germination and would deal with embryology. So in one facet, in one current of electricity, it continues to flow in circular pattern, and in one in the other current of electricity, it continues to flow in 8 pattern. So it flows in a perfect pattern, and that specific pattern, people have used the 8 pattern of the NLMA inside of different schools of thought, but in the Ordermind, it creates the specific complexity of the entire calendar. In the manner in which it has never been given or shown before in any other place, in any other tradition, in any other, this is the things that make this unique to the Ordermind. And number 10 is the father, the outer father mind and brain of the multiverse, right, which is electricity, plasma, electron, things of this nature, in which we say, so these are the fundamental precepts of the Ordermind. This is the categorizations between 1 and 10. I'm sorry that while I was giving you number 5, I jumped to number 7. In my mind, I have other things aligned with very advanced concepts of this specific teaching. But if there was a super advanced race, if our race were to become a super advanced race to the point where we were to come into contact with the lesser intelligent race, this is what the architecture that would be given to the race that is not advanced. This is a structure that creates the entire language that is created by me, called the OniIrKi language. The language creates a construct by sound and mathematical formula that creates an image that is 2 by 5 by 11. And this is the specific key. This is a closed version of it. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 by 5 and by 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This specific key is only made by the language that is created by me instead of the Ordermind. It's made in 3 different ways. I have not given the 3 different ways because there is another language that is involved. That is secret inside of the Ordermind, that will never come out of me. It will die with me. We filled another language that I created because I created a bunch of different ones all together. So in order to create the security systems that no one could alter or break, that specific language is taken out. Only I know how to put it together when I'm creating the keys, or when I have created the security system. So there is security systems instead of the Ordermind. The specific thing is locked. This is an architecture. This will be handled by the priests inside of the Ordermind, or we don't want to say priests, but by the people who study the Ordermind. This specific thing is the Ordermind. This comes from the school of the Ordermind. This is made by me, but everything remember, it's copyrighted, it's trademarked. All these things are copyrighted and trademarked. No one else has this. They're not lent to me, loaned to me. This is the language it creates. This creates a color pattern. It creates this field. It creates resonance. It also creates a wave field theory, which is also going into it. This is the same figure that has been expanded. So this is the figure that we have it. This is an open version, and this is the closed version. And this is the closed version. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And this is the closed version of it, only because when we're looking at it, this is something that deals, and the wave field pattern is on it. So this pattern that you're looking on here, this pattern, this is the wave field pattern. This is created on a molecular scale by quantum physics. This is also copyrighted trademark. This belongs to the Ordermind as well. And then we have something that's called the handling of the entire tradition that's made by these objects, right? The handling of the tradition that's made by these objects. This is the mother here. This is a open version, and this is the closed version here. What you're looking at mainly is this. This is mainly what you're looking at when you're looking at the Ordermind from up front. So we make the three-dimensional patterns so that you could be able to see that behind this that you're looking at, a two-dimensional image we call the sun inside of the Ordermind, which is program 2. This is program 2 here. This is what's behind it there. So these are the keys inside of the Ordermind that have been created. They're locked by specific things. There are initiations. This is a real school. This is not a joke or anything of this nature. And then we have this is the object that is made also using mathematics and Fibonacci. This specific item is made perfect. Should be made in gold. This lattice here is going to be just netting. This is the way. It's not a Vajra, it's not a double Dorji, it's not any of this. This specific thing is this is this and this. One of them we see horizontally, the other one we see vertically, but there's also an internal figure, which we call the barrier. This is how it is. With this, we want to say this is just something that we hold to meditate on. It has 4 points. This is handled by the specific priest inside of the Ordermind. This is only to do the works that deal with the elemental keys. This only deals with the elemental keys that move like this. So those specific elemental keys that move in this nature and the other nature, these deal with this. This is what this is here. This is not a toy. This is not a thing that's made up like this is not anything. This is what has been gathered from our species by intelligence factors, by quantum physics, organic chemistry, and molecular biology. This has been created by me for our entire species by Fibonacci at the end of an era. These things here, these specific things, they hold intact things. They hold electricity keys, they hold both electricity keys, they hold quantum physics, organic chemistry, molecular biology, germination, embryology. They hold keys that are outside of the constructs with formulas, volumes, and things of this nature that go into these things that have been created. So this is another thing. You can hold this, you can do whatever you want. We don't have to say that it's a wand, but you can say it's a wand. You just hold it. You can hold it in your left hand and your right hand. It represents the entirety of the whole. Can we say that it's a masculine thing? We can say it's masculine. It is a thing that is masculine because masculine encapsulates. When anything that's masculine is the outer skin or the surface. So yes, this is encircled. This is here what this is. So those are my thoughts. This is, again, this has an entire teaching, also copyrighted and trademark stamped. Also, it's created intact by me. More to come on that. And thank you for listening to me on my first lesson. More to come in depth in delving into just the classical elements of the order.